Hello. So this is Don here for another dose of musical relativity. So in previous videos, the first one dealt with the double down, which was a right hand pick stroke. So you can go back and look at that video, which just reached 1,900 views. Now, it's cool that 1,900 people looked at it. I didn't do it for that reason, but it tells me that there's people that are interested in flat picking, and there's people that are struggling with flat picking because it's not easy. And it's not easy if you don't have that right hand technique, and that's the most important thing. What notes Doc Watson or Tony Rice or whoever is playing are not important if you don't have the right hand technique to articulate it. We talk about playing fiddle tunes. Fiddle tunes have a 2 feel, not a 4 feel. And it sounds on the guitar. You listen to a beginning of one of the Tony Rices or Norman Blake or somebody, or a fiddle player. This is in 2, 1, 2, 1, and I'm using that double down. Now what I want to talk about today is, can you do a double up? And the answer is yes. And how would you use that? Remember, you can do it on 1 string. It doesn't have to be a cross-picking concept. Here I am using... Okay, now... I am a pilgrim. Those are all, I'm focusing on the upstroke. That's the tune "I Am a Pilgrim." If you're not familiar with it, it's a classic tune that was recorded by many people, but Merle Travis, and there's a great recording of Clarence White. And but what I'm doing there is actually combining the two. So the double down and the double up into what I'm going to call circular picking, or a square roll. So in banjo players have certain rolls. The forward roll, the reverse roll, the square roll. So that's what we're talking about, because we're kind of emulating banjo pickers. If you're familiar with the evolution of bluegrass style music is really not an old form. It really kind of comes about after World War II. And I think of it as the moment when Bill Monroe or Earl Scruggs, the great banjo player, joined Bill Monroe's band, and then everything changed. If you're interested in that, then there's a lot of content out there that you can look at that, and I would encourage you to do so. So what we're taking these types of ideas. Here's the double down. I had a friend when I first kind of learned that he used to pick this tune. double down. And he put that at the end of every single song. So if you were singing some poignant song at the end, he would put shave and a haircut, 2 bits. But it fit right into his right hand. If you listen to Tony Rice, you can hear that double down, but he's not locked into it. Here's the double up. Now, what I you can, and you can practice that. You can practice just like with the double down, go right down the neck. And so on. You can practice with your scale. First 5 notes of it, or you can continue. So there's the double down. You can do the same thing with the double up. There's the whole. Okay, and you can go, I would encourage people to go around in the cycle of fifths or fourths. So you can go to C. This is the double up. I would encourage you to, once you kind of feel it, you can feel it coming to you, put the metronome on. We continue in the cycle of fourths. We go to F. Oops. And after that, we go to B flat. And you can go right around the cycle of fifths or fourths. Now, why I would encourage people to learn that in that pattern of the cycle of fourths is that, well, wouldn't it be great to have a understanding of the neck and the logic of the neck? And we can leave this for another video, but you can get those diagrams that show every note on the guitar neck, but how do you internalize that? So the cycle of fourths would help you in that way. Let's leave that alone for now and get back to the main point of this lesson. Is now, if we combine those, the double down and the double up, we get something like this. Which I'm going to describe or compare to the square roll on a banjo. And I'm going to put my metronome back on 2, set on 60. 60 is the key. And you can do this on 1 string. Down. Now I'm alternating. And what this is doing is putting that feel in my right hand. It's getting you out of that typewriter stiff arm up and down where you can't play the rests. There has to be space in music. I have a friend of mine, a saxophone player, a jazz player, that he says music is what happens between the notes. So if you're saying, I'm playing and I can't stop, you're in that involuntary form motion where your foot is tapping. What I would suggest is get control of your feet, stop them from moving. And if all you could do is go until your feet don't move. Again, I'm not talking about tapping to 2, but that 4 tap that binds you up, that only allows you to play in certain tempos, that keeps you from playing slow, or keeps you from playing fast, because you're moving so much, it's as fast as you can go. So that 2 feel is the key. If you're struggling, that's most likely a problem. If you're saying, I can't play that tune slowly, and you can hear how that roll creates time and space. All right, how do I practice that? That's a G filler roll. I can just hover there. What am I doing? I'm using that filler roll. Down, up. It's a triplet. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Down. And there's 2 triplets per measure. Again, don't get worried about that. Just relative to that beat. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I had a fella that said, well, if I learn how to do that, and when I play with other people that are playing in 4, then I'm going to have... No. And don't worry about people. Maybe they can come to you. And when you do go, and people are, you can sit back and you can find places to play. You can, if someone's playing, you can augment what they're doing. Instead of being in this involuntary motion situation. So we could take a tune and I think a great tune to play in this way is a fiddle tune. And again, people would say, well, I want to learn a fiddle tune. So which one am I going to learn? I'm going to learn Black Mountain Rag. Am I going to learn Whiskey Before Breakfast? Am I going to learn Soldier's Joy? Those are all great fiddle tunes. But you have to get your technique to the level so that you can play them proficiently. And you don't want to be playing them with bad technique. So I think a song that I use is one that everyone knows. Yankee Doodle. Let's just stay on the A part. Now you could again, with that metronome going, if the metronome is a distraction to you, then you need to work with it. Metronome is not, I don't speed up or I don't slow down. That's not what it's about. It's about playing relative to the beat. How can you practice that? Like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Play the scale. fiddle tunes come from the scale. If you can't play the scale, then you really shouldn't be trying to play fiddle tunes until you can play the scale. Now I can practice different rolls. I can do the up, up, down. And I'm playing that at G, but I can do that any place. Whoops. The fingering changes slightly when you go from the 4th string to the 5th string. But again, if you can't play the scale, then that's what you should work on. Before you're worried about playing tunes to play at your local jam session, or trying to play Norman Blake's songs or new tunes or Tony Rice's tunes. So if we take Yankee Doodle out of this, it would sound like... Continue. Can move that around. You can go to C. To F. And we could move it, and you can go to different places. You don't have to move according to the cycle of fifths. But being able to play in that closed position will allow you to I've got a home in that bright city. Got a brother, a sister, and mom gone on the peaceful shore. I can think of where I'm going, and I was talking to go and see them alone. Other shore. So I'm using those rolls. I'm not thinking about I'm going to use the double down or the double up or the square roll. I'm thinking of the song. I'm thinking of I am a pinball. I picked a blues lick to put there, and now I'm going to the 4. The city. All right, so happy picking. Good luck with that, and peace.